Hello everybody, my name is Solo, welcome back to the channel, and today we're back here on Mceternal 2, and today I think it's time to get started with Tinker's Construct. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so while we wait for some stone to cook up so then we can make our new platform over here for our smeltery, I'm going to show you guys the section where it talks about Tinker's Construct. So Tinker's Construct, here we are. It wants us to get, of course, the crafting station, the part builder, the Tinker's station, and the Tinker's chest. Now the part builder is more of these patterns, so I believe I still have some extra from when I initially did it. Yeah. So to make the part builder, it's just simply 2 planks with 2 patterns on top. Look, it's even colored. And since we're not since we're using the part builder, or not the part builder, the actual thingamajig crafting station here, we'll just build another one. So there we go, we made 3 more patterns. Gotta remember how to make a crafting station. Okay, I guess we can't make a... Okay. So I guess we'll make a normal crafting table. There we go. Okay, so after the part builder, we need to make a Tinker station, which is 3 patterns plus the wood. So we're gonna unfortunately need quite a few patterns here. So let's just get that out the way. And then, well, actually, so it's weird that some of it can take the wood type, but other parts can't. Like these are ebony, right? Alright, last we need the part chest, which is any chest, a plank of wood, 2 sticks, and a pattern. So we'll go ahead and make our chest. And we'll put a plank of wood down. Do 2 sticks and a pattern. And boom. Alright. Now that some of our stuff is cooked up, we're gonna make some stone bricks real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna put the smeltery right around here. So we're gonna try to make this a bit more even. Like so. Also, I don't even know if my audio is coming through correctly. It is. Just trying to get this all put out. We did get confirmation of that new meme defense that people have been talking about comes out this month. So my next thing is I do actually want to put a fence down. I don't think I'm gonna use the fence that they left here. I think I'm gonna make my own fence. I believe the ebony Yeah, it has its own fence, so we can do that. I hope I can find new like ebony links if I run out. But for right now, I'm just gonna put down my stuff. So we're gonna leave one like gap here. So we're gonna put it down like this. Usually you want to put them down like this because usually the order is like crafting station, part builder, which requires these, tinkerer station, and then the part chest, right? All right, so now we claim seared bricks. We also claim some bacon. Now it wants us to make the seared melter, right? So how do you might be asking, well, how do you do that? Well, this is where we might need to go out and grab some stuff. So firstly, we have the seared melter, which requires some glass and some seared brick, and then also requires more seared brick, which if you guys are familiar with Tinker's construct, you'll know how to make grout. You need blocks of sand, blocks of clay, blocks of gravel. So with that being said, we're gonna jump down and probably go grab some of that stuff actually. We go ahead and insert what I can here. I am going to make myself an iron shovel because we're going to be, unfortunately, needing to mine up quite a bit of stuff. I'm also at this point hoping get quite a bit of stuff. All right. I'm hoping I can also find more of the ebony wood. I might just go ahead and just mine this and mine back down instead of just jumping down. But yeah, so I'm gonna go back down and get a bunch of resources, and then we'll come back and work on our melter. And then eventually we'll work on the smeltery. So yeah, I will be back. Okay, so yeah, it's not actually really that hard to do. There you go. There's some grout. Now what do you do with the grout? You throw it in the furnace. All right. Now there are achievements for doing things in Tinkerers, like right here it tells you to build a smeltery. There's other stuff like manulin, and to make manulin you have to mix stuff together. There's other stuff like blaze netherite, which is in the foundry. You have to, or sorry, in here you have to get blaze netherite. Let me see if I can find the actual way to make it instead of just because there's got to be a normal way to make it, right? To make, let's see, from melting a blaze, the easiest way to do this is to trick a newly spawned blazes into the smeltery. So you can also craft weapons capable of extracting blaze blood from live blazes. Another way, by melting down ichor, you will need a bit of blazing blood to get started, but I hear you can obtain some from bartering with piglins. Neat. There's also this, which I believe is new, which is copper, cobalt, and quartz. But for right now, we're just going to do the quest as it wants us to do it. which is get a melter, a tank, or sorry, a melter, a heater, 2 faucets, and a seared casting bin. So firstly, we have the melter. Now I'm also going to put some of our sand in the furnace as well, because we do need the glass. Oh, apparently I completed a quest for reaching day 10. Yeah, honeyed apple and quest loop. See if it's anything good. Smoked ham. Okay then. I just like that this turns into blue stained glass. That's actually kind of funny. All right. So yeah, to make the melter, we need 5 bits of glass here, which we do have now. We put them in an X pattern like so. Bam. Then do this. That turns into a melter. Now the thing is it wants us to make a heater, which requires this, right? And the reason why they want us to make a heater is because how this works is you have your heater, right? So we'll place this down, and you put your melter on top, right? And then what you do, you take some like coal, you put coal in the heater, and say I want to make something out of, I don't know, iron. So we take like 3 bits of iron. Now we can't pour it out yet because I haven't made the things to pour it out yet. But if I put 3 iron in here, this will start heating and start melting down the iron, as you can see. So we'll leave that be for right now. And the next thing it wants us to do is faucets, which the faucet recipe is quite simple. It's just these. Bam. Right. And then last thing it wanted was a seared basin, which seared basin is actually just this. So we literally, if we wanted to, we put this here. However, there is another thing you can do here. Which requires you to interact with gold. Which is making casts for your said tools. So for example, if we go ahead and look, you see that there's molten iron in here. We do this, we can start melting down some gold. But another recipe we can do here, you can take these and make the pants, make a seared casting table. And what that will do is give us the ability to put the casting table here, and then we put the drain here. And we get that because gonna put the iron here. But we do that because if we do melt down our gold here, we do this, makes an ingot cast. So then if you have, say, I don't know, raw gold that you need to smelt, you can just sit there and smelt it. Eventually we can automate the smelting and pulling. Now I don't know if they have a redstone clock. I don't think so. No. But anything that gives a redstone pulse every so often, you can use as a integer to hit the pour button on this. And it's actually how I usually set up my smelteries, is to have it click these and then underneath have hoppers. So let's see. So there's three iron bars in there. So that means we need 6 more to make a block, right? So we'll just go ahead and finish making that block, so then we don't have any resources in the smeltery. And also we completed this so we can get these. Now there are sand casts, right? I usually don't mess around with those. However, if you notice this, to make a smeltery controller, we need to take seared bricks, which to make seared bricks is actually pretty obvious. It's literally this. But we have to take seared bricks and put them in the basin, right? With copper, 4 ingots to be exact. And then you put it in here and you cast on top of it and it becomes the factory controller. Now originally I believe the factory controller was a different thing entirely. That should, okay, that is enough. But yeah, let's do that real quick. So we go in and we look for some bits of copper. We take our iron block out. We do this and we let that smelt. I will be pushing this platform more out so then I can get the smeltery set up. I also might extend it to the left and right, because as it stands right now, we don't really have a lot of room. But that's a thing for probably off camera a little bit, because it's gonna take quite a while to get it to where I want it to be. Okay, for some reason it decided it didn't want to build. But yeah, I think we're gonna extend this probably a little bit more out. Because the thing is you're gonna want your smeltery to be decently sized, because later on you're gonna be putting a bunch of materials in it. Those materials are gonna take up quite a bit of, well, space. Alright, so we got our 4 ingots, so now what we're gonna do is put our seared bricks into here and pour the 4 ingots onto the seared bricks. As you can see, we have now Made a smeltery controller. Ta-da! Okay, so now the next thing is, well, the big thing, which is making a seared drain, making the rest of it, which honestly you can literally just pick up from here. Right, you can pick up that, you can pick up that. Then it wants 2 faucets, 46 seared bricks, any seared tank or gauge, and then the seared drain. So we'll go ahead and we will just pick up the rest of this because we are gonna go and work a bit more on that stuff. So yeah, the big things we want to remember are that we need to keep all this stuff together, and then we also need to get a bunch of sand, a bunch of clay, and a bunch of gravel. And I will just go ahead and not put clay in there. I'm gonna go ahead and work on some more of the smeltery. I am hoping to have it done relatively soon. Unfortunately, gathering a lot of the resources will probably take some time. But with that being said, that was our little introduction to Tinker's Construct, and I think I'm gonna end the video there. Over the next day or so, I'm gonna try to get a bunch of the resources together and get a smeltery up and running. I won't put it together until I come back to record again. But yeah, with that being said, if you guys liked the video, as always, hit the like button, comment down below. What mod would you guys like to see me get into? Just a reminder of what mods are in here. There's actually quite a few. There's like storage solutions, right, which has like the mineral stuff. There's also iron chests. There's also corporea. There's fishing. There's bees. There is mine colonies. There's rats. There's the Bumble Zone or Atlantis. Great below, create, little logistics, applied logistics, thermal foundation, mechanism, space stuff, Ars Novu, Botania, probably a few other mods on top of that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications so that you guys never miss a video. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day, stay safe out there, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.